Hello, I am Cow Cow, and today we're gonna just relax and play Runescape. Um, I just kind of felt like playing this because I've been playing it on my off time as well, and I just want to have more of an opportunity to play it. So that's what we're gonna do today. Probably won't be anything too interesting happening. I just want to level up mining. But I'm dressed up as a wizard. And, I've just been mining iron. Actually, like, mining iron here is actually, surprisingly, a pretty fast way to get mining XP. I know, one of my buddies, was it Embriel? He was the one that was telling me about, he told me, like, mining shooting stars was like good AFK mining, but like I figured out how to like know where they spawn, but the problem is like sometimes they spawn in really awkward places to get, which is why I just haven't been bothering with that. But so far, I'm having a good day. Taco Mom was a little bit busy today, so she just ended up getting me some Del Taco. And then I just ended up paying her back for it when she bought it for me. We're just gonna mine iron. But I had fun earlier today, like a few hours ago. Yeah, maybe about 2.5 hours ago, I was playing the new update of Helldivers 2 with my friends, the friend group I hang out with, and we were having a lot of fun. The first mission we failed. It's because one of our friends disconnected, and then because we were playing on like the hardest difficulty, because that's usually the difficulty we play on. Is the hardest one. But he disconnected, so like we lost a lot of lives. And then not only that, like the amount of waves that were coming at us was like treating us as if we had a full group of 4 people, but we just had 3, and we lost. I think we were like playing some kind of defend mission, where like rockets were firing off or something. I think it was like rockets, or like we had to protect citizens or something, or maybe it was both. But they destroyed the generators or whatever, and then we had to extract because we failed. We did a second mission though, and we were able to do that one. But yeah, now I really like how they did how they're doing the crossover event for ODST. I never really got into Halo, and I think part of the reason why is because when Halo was coming out, I forget how old I was when the first Halo game came out. But I know Halo 2 was around when I was in middle school. Let me put this here while I put the RuneScape pin number in. Alright, where's the other number? There we go. Alright. No, I wanna keep that number safe in case like if anyone ever like hacks my account, they're not gonna get anything from my character because they wouldn't know the PIN number. And it's out of spite. But yeah, I really like this outfit. I like the hood especially too. When you're in dialogue, it looks like you just have a bag over your head. But yeah, like I got like my range to 68 the other day. Like I think I started it from 62, and then I was just killing like crabs at Fossil Island for like quite a while, and I got to 68. But I couldn't level it anymore because I ran out of arrows. Yeah, the arrows aren't really hard to get. I know back in the day, I never really... Back when I first started playing RuneScape, I really liked magic. I probably preferred magic more than range, but like I barely leveled those two skills because, you know, at the time, before the Grand Exchange was ever a thing, you had to like go to a bank and it's like spam chat in order to trade with people, or you just had to craft stuff yourself. And, you know, so, and then, like, some runes were, like, really expensive. Like, I remember law runes back in the day were 1K per law rune. They're a lot cheaper now. But the reason why, like, back in the day on my original character, when I started playing this when I was, like, in 8th grade, I was either in 8th grade or 7th grade, I forget. But, no, 8th grade is when I started playing World of Warcraft. So, I would have been in 7th grade. But, I always leveled melee because I didn't have to, like, buy, you know, ammunition or anything. Because I always have, like, my sword on me, and, like, unless I die and lose it, but yeah, like, I was, like, way more retarded than I am now, and I was, like, terrible at every game I played. I was definitely a fucking noob when it came to RuneScape, a lot of RuneScape stuff, and then when I played WoW, I was probably even worse at that game than I was when it comes to my skill level in RuneScape, so. But, like, I know the first time I played WoW, when I was in 8th grade, because, like, you know, the only MMO I ever played at the time was RuneScape. It was, like, my introduction to MMOs. I felt so amazed when I played World of Warcraft for the first time, because, like, you could actually look at the, you know, at the sky and stuff. And then there was also, like, a day and night cycle, and it like, matched real-life time. Whereas, like, in RuneScape, the time is always the same, and then you can't even look at the skybox because you're looking over your character. But I think it's funny though how like I honestly think old school RuneScape is way better than WoW now though. I don't know if this was true. I remember I was talking to one of my friends, and he was telling me, like, recently, I don't know if it's, like, for all the content in World of Warcraft, or if it was, like, a specific mode when you did dungeons, but that he was telling me that it just did your rotation for you, and you didn't have to do anything. I'm like, wait, what? That's dumb. Like, I hope it's not that way for, like, I hope that's just, if that is a thing, I hope it's just, like something when you play by yourself. But even then, that's bad. Because I hope that isn't, like, a thing for, like, heroic dungeons, or mythic dungeons, or even, like, raids. Because, like, what's the point of, like, raiding? Because at that point, you're not even playing the game. Like, you know, you just... Maybe the most you're doing is, like, dodging stuff. But I don't even know. It sounds like that can't be true. Even like with all the bad decisions Blizzard does. Like, part of me wants to get a sub just to see if that's true. I don't know. If I were to play WoW, I probably would not. I don't know if I'd play retail. The only reason I would play retail is because I'm attached to my main character. My paladin. You know, because I've been through, like, hell and back with that character, like, you know, throughout very many expansions. I mean, most of the time when I played them, they were a blood elf, but I think right now at the moment they're a human. I'd probably race change back to a blood elf at the moment. Just because I think the coolest paladin in order in WoW is the Blood Knights. I know they were like really cool in Burning Crusade when you actually had class quests. That was one of the main things I hated about Wrath of the Lich King, was they took out class quests. So like, you know, like for like Paladin, like, you know, it's like, oh, you gotta do this, you know, to be a Knight of the Silver Hand, and like eventually the last one was you got your charger, you know, your horse, and the Horde Paladin questline, which is just Blood Elf stuff. Hey, Shark Tank. But the last like one for like the Alliance part was like you gotta like purify the horse or whatever, and then you go into I think it's Stratholme. But then like you kind of did the same thing as a Blood Elf, but you had to like desecrate the temple that the one NPC was in, and then you got your horse. So like you were just like, because like the Blood Elf Paladins, like, we're just kind of like bending the light to their will from the captured Naru. They're like edgy paladins. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Just playing RuneScape. I just wanted to relax and play this game instead of like Legend of Zelda or Pokemon Rescue Team at the moment. I want to take a little bit of a break from Zelda just because the last dungeon I did was really hard. Like, it took me like almost an hour and a half to figure out what I was supposed to do. Do you play Grounded 2? I'm trying to figure. It was Grounded. So it was Grounded 1 is the survival game that's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, right? I don't know if I'm thinking of the right game. I didn't. If they did make a second game to that, that's pretty cool. Oh, it is? You know, I might honestly be playing games like that in the future with my friend Deeth and his sister Lily. Because I know the first Deeth was like wanting to play like Planet Crafter or something. I don't know when that would be, but like he was thinking like playing those like survival craft games would be good for my channel. And then, especially if his sister was with me on the stream. Like, I don't know why. He's always like, oh, I don't know if I should be on because I know my personality or whatever, because I'm a wild Australian man. It's like, oh, don't worry about it. That's part of the reason why I like having you on. But, yeah, he was talking about that. Cause I know, because I know Lily was with me on the Call of Cthulhu streams, which are still on my YouTube channel if you want to watch that. But I mean, we had fun doing that. But like after we got done with that series, I think like her computer broke, and then she just had a lot of family stuff going on. Deeth was telling me she finally has a working computer again. I don't know if she's busy with real life stuff, but I mean, hopefully soon I'll be able to do stuff with his sister again. Because I know we need to get her back into streaming too. Because like I have a link to her channel on Twitch. But then also in the video descriptions on YouTube. But right now she's just inactive. Ooh, we're getting close to getting another mining level. Nice. Yeah, I want to get my mining to 85. That way I can mine Runite. I don't know if I'm just gonna power my way to 85 mining and do nothing until then. That's very unlikely because I will get bored. But if I can get mining to 85 and then get my smithing to 85, which smithing only needs 5 more levels, I'll be able to make. I'll finally be able to make. Well, I'll be able to make rune daggers. But the good thing about like rune items, when you gather everything to craft them, and you could probably get away with my buying the coal from the Grand Exchange and still make a profit. But I would have to mine the rune knight myself if I actually wanted to make money by what I want to do. Because I want to like make a bunch of rune items, and then so rune items sell for quite a bit on the Grand Exchange. However, you know, you have to wait for people to buy them, and also you can just make more money than you would make by selling the item on the Grand Exchange by just turning it into gold with I think with the spell High Level Alchemy. I'm trying to find it on here. Where is it? I think it's like a level 50 spell. Yeah. So if you use High Level Alchemy on like a rune dagger or rune plate body or whatever, you'll get more money from doing that than selling it on the Grand Exchange. So like I don't even need to wait to have anyone buy it. It's just, you know, I turn it to gold myself with magic. But I know the way I got smithing so high, and the reason why my mining is really low compared to my smithing is because I was like I was smart enough to know that one steel bar, like I forget how much one steel bar turns into cannonballs, but the amount of cannonballs that you make with one steel bar is worth more than the steel bar. So you can just buy the steel bars, smith them into the cannonballs, and then you make money, and then you can just buy more steel bars and do it again. And you're constantly making money and constantly leveling your smithing without having to really do anything. And then there's a way to like make it faster on yourself too. Because like there's the normal cannonball mold, but then you do this mini game. You can get a cannonball mold that can use 2 bars at a time, so you're able to craft them a bit faster, and you know, I mean, you'll still get the same amount of cannonballs from it. It's just you're able to turn all the steel bars into cannonballs faster. And I think I got my mining up like maybe 2 or 3 levels last night before I went to bed, after I streamed Pokemon Rescue Team. I was actually kind of surprised barely anybody watched the Pokemon Rescue Team stuff. Usually Pokemon Rescue Team does a lot better. It only got like 7 views on YouTube. But at the same time, it was kind of late at night though, so... But then again, that's I know that in the past, that was usually when I did stream Pokemon Rescue Team, was usually kind of late. Sometimes just things be weird like that, you know. It's probably just everyone that watches me is busy or something. It's fine. You help streamers and YouTubers with ideas and custom designs. No, I'm good. I don't have Discord. But, I'm kind of happy with all the stuff I have now. I don't think I need to worry about anything too fancy at this point in my YouTube career. I mean, I got the stream overlay, I got the 2D VTuber model. I'm able to get stuff from my friend in regards to other things. So yeah. Alright. I wonder what I get for getting mining to level 66. I think the last time I leveled it up, it said I could mine... I forgot what it said I could mine. I know when I leveled up mining one time, it said I could, like, mine corrupted rune essence or something. But I don't think I can really do anything with that right now because... my rune crafting is only level 35. I mean, depending on how fast we can level up mining, if we can get mining up to 70 today, that'd be really nice, because then I can mine adamant. But I'll probably take a break from leveling mining then, if we're still streaming. And then maybe we can get range to 70, and then, I don't know, try and figure out something else we can do. I really need to level up herb lore at some point to 70, because I know there's like a quest I've always wanted to do that requires 70 herb lore, it requires 70 range and 70 agility. I know I was like reading on the old school wiki there was like an optimal way to like level rune crafting really fast. But like you need to have like a certain magic level apparently, and then you need to have the lunar spell book. I know it involved that, but I kind of forgot. Oh no, there's another person here. Fuck. Alright, well, we'll go here. Damn. Oh, this is my rock now. Oh, okay, he is the one that pussied out and went to a different world. It's like, no, I'm staying here. I shouldn't be so mean though. Should be thankful that he was nice enough to move to hop servers and let me stay here. That should be how I'm thinking about it. I remember like I was watching like a video on YouTube about something. And there's a channel I like. And sometimes I interact with the chat, but I don't really talk too much because I lack a social filter, and out of respect for the guy's channel, because it's like one of those Catholic channels because I'm Catholic, but like I lack any kind of social filter, and I have like the personality of a goblin, so like I don't really talk too much in his chat because I'm worried I'm gonna like say something inappropriate and like upset somebody, and then they like ban me from the chat or something. But I put in the comments like, oh, this was a really good video. It was really insightful or whatever. And then like some random dude accuses me of being an AI It was really weird. It's like, no, I'm not an AI. Actually, I'm just an autist. Like, I have a feeling it was just because like my portrait on YouTube is of Cow Cow, and I don't know if like I know probably most of the people that watch this channel are like probably like boomers or something, and they think like anime is evil or something. I don't know. Maybe like because of my portrait on my portrait on YouTube, it was anime. They thought I was like, you know, an evil satanic AI or something. I don't know. Even though I was just like basically thanking the author of the video, and just telling them I thought it was a really good video, and then just like get attacked for no reason. And it wasn't like the channel owner's fault. It was just, I don't know, just some guy that was like gung ho about stuff or whatever. But usually how I deal with things like that is I just like to act like very reasonable. It's like, oh, well, I'm not that, but like I'm curious why you do that, and if they like still like attack you, like, you know, anybody else who reads it is like, oh, this person's an asshole or they're crazy. So I think that's usually a good way of dealing with people like that. Just kind of act normal and then make them look like a nutty person. Speaking of like nuts, oh man, that sounds really good. I forget what those like cookies are. I forget what they are. They're like the cookies that have like the peanut shape, and they have like peanut butter in between them. I forget what they're called. I forget if it was like Nutter Butters or something. Those sound pretty good right now. I don't even know how much iron I have. I'm curious. How much iron do I have? Oh, wow. I have like a little over 4,000 iron ore. I mean, that's something I can probably do. The next time I level my smithing is that I can buy a bunch of coal. I mean, I could level magic at the same time by just doing the superheat item on it. Or, I can just do it the normal way at, like, Edgeville or whatever. Problem is if I do it with magic, I'm probably going to be losing money at that point. Or I wouldn't be gaining as much money, and that's more what I care about at the moment, is more money. It would probably be faster though, because ultimately I'm gonna be making the most money when I'm able to like make my own rune items, and at that point I would just buy the coal, and then I could do the superheat item probably with the rune bars as well though, because I don't think nature runes are too expensive, and then even then I would still be making money from converting the rune items to gold coins. So because I would only be spending money on the coal and I think nature runes. I think it's like superheat item. Let's see what that spell requires. I think it just like the expensive part is is the nature runes. I think it just costs nature runes and maybe fire runes from what I remember. I don't think it requires anything else. I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, it's just nature runes and fire runes. So I would just need like a fire staff, and then I'd have that equipped, and just have the nature runes in my inventory, and then just the ore, and just heat it up basically. I'm pretty sure when you cast superheat item, at least in my experience from what I remember, maybe I'm like remembering wrong, but I remember when I was using superheat, the superheat item spell to like smelt just iron into iron bars, I don't think there was a chance for the iron to be wasted. But I could be completely wrong and misremembering. Because I know for a fact, like I know for 100% fact that when you smelt iron bars by the furnace, there's a chance that it just is wasted and doesn't make anything. And that was kind of like the price of iron bars only having like needing only that one piece of ore to make an iron bar, because like bronze required two, and with like steel it has the iron and like two pieces of coal. But I guess because like the second tier of items you can craft, since you only needed the one rock to turn it into a bar, just to balance things out, they made it to where there's a chance. It was just a failure to make. That way you wouldn't like level it up too quickly. Maybe. I don't know. That's probably the reason though, if I had to guess. Alright. I was just looking at something for a moment. But yeah, like when I was like, when I got my mining from 61 to 62, I was mining inside the mining guild in Falador, not outside here, which I would consider this still to be a part of Falador. But I was leveling in the mining guild, which is in the city proper, like down a ladder. Took way longer, even though I was like mining ore that gave more XP. I think that why this mining iron is like so far with me leveling mining is like the GOAT for getting the most XP. It's just due to how like quickly you can mine it, and then not only that, the ore just respawns very quickly as well. Because like when I was like mining the mithril and the coal, I'd have to move around, and then not only that, like it might have took a little bit longer for me to retrieve the ore, and then on top of that, it took a while for it to respawn. Which I think that's why it took longer to do. I know it's just gonna be a bitch though whenever I have to mine Runite. I think I know of one area that I could go to that has Runite. I just have to I have to complete a quest to access it though. I know there would be like a couple quests I have to do. I know I have to do the Fremennik trials. And then I think there was like a quest after the Fremennik trials that you could do involving, and there was like this one Keen, and there's like a Keen, another Keen on the other side of the island. And after you completed that quest, the Keen that was like a douchebag, I think you like get rid of him or something. I never completed the quest because back in the day I just couldn't complete it because I sucked. But he that Keen had like a runite mine in his territory basically, and from what I remember, that there was a bank in nearby it as well. So if I'm gonna mine runite whenever I get my mining to 85, that would probably be the best place to do it. And then I could just mine like a fuck ton of runite, and then buy the coal, and then go to Edgeville's, turn it into the rune bars, and then, you know, turn it into whatever I want. I don't know if that's how I will level smithing entirely at that point, because at the end of the day, if I wanted to get 99 smithing, probably faster, without it costing me a dime, it would be to make cannonballs, and it'd still make money as well. Probably wouldn't make as much money from, you know, doing the, like, making, or, you know, from the rune items by turning into gold coins with high alchemy, but I would get the skill cape faster, I guess. And even then, when I have 99 smithing, like I can just make whatever I fucking want at that point. I can make rune plate bodies, and honestly, that would feel really good for me as a character, and just with like even with like just feeling a little bit more secure. Because like if I lost, you know, like my armor by like dying or something horribly, and I lost like a lot of good stuff, at the very least, ooh, nice, we got 66 mining. Okay, we didn't unlock anything. There was nothing to unlock at level 66 mining. But at the very least, like if I lost all my dragon armor or insert armor here that I'm wearing, like Bandos at the time or whatever I have at that point, at least I could always replace it with, you know, rune, which, you know, wouldn't be the best, but still okay. And not only that, like I would be able to like make enough money again to like probably replace the gear I lost as well if I wanted to. But yeah, I need a I hate how prayer is really hard. It's not that it's hard to level, it's just dangerous to level in my opinion, because like the best way to level prayer is the Chaos Temple in the wilderness, but it's like the problem is it's a good place to just get jumped by somebody, and every time I've gotten jumped by someone, I didn't really hold it against them, because, you know, it's the fucking wilderness. In the wilderness, it's a get your ass eaten or you eat their ass world. It's either kill or be killed. There's the one thing I like about RuneScape is how most people in this game are fucking assholes. And like also too, just like you can't even trust anybody in this game too, because like if like given the opportunity, someone will try to like screw you over if they can in this game. I mean, like just an example, and this is what people would do back in the day. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that play this game know. It was like, oh, give me your mithril plate and I'll trim it for you, and then like, you know, this noob was like, oh, okay. And then they'd give them their mithril plate, and it's like, okay, I'll be right back. And then like maybe like, and then it dawns at that person's like, I just lost my mithril plate. And it's always the funniest shit to watch, like back in the day when that happens. But at the end of the day, like the way I see it, and that never happened to me. Like I was smart enough not to fucking gift someone my item that I had no idea who they were, because I wasn't gonna trust some Randy to like give me back my plate, my mithril plate. But like in my viewpoint, they're just helping that poor soul though, because it's like, look, now you know that you can't fucking trust anybody, and you're gonna grow as a person from this. And it's like a rite of passage. It's like when, you have a kid and, you're like a parent and you're like, oh, don't touch the stove. And because you said that, the kid is going to touch it. In fact, you're almost hoping he does. Because then the kid the kid touches it and you're like crying. It's like, oh, you see what happened? Maybe don't do that again. And then they never do it again because, they know it fucking hurts. It's kind of the same way with, telling someone you're gonna trim their mithril plate. It's like touching the stove for the first time as a little 4-year-old or something. But I guess in that concept, if like we were to compare that, I would just be the kid that never touched the stove. I know in like real life, I did touch the stove, and I never touched it again. I wonder if there's I think I edited the way the quest list worked to where it would only show me quests I met the requirements for and that I could do. I don't remember the Children of the Sun quest. Maybe that's like a new one. Yep, there's Fremennik Trials. Fremennik Trials was like a really cool quest back in the day. It was really fucking hard, and I felt like it's like one of those quests, Fremennik Trials, that like if you did it, you'd have like more respect from players for completing the quest at the time. And like back in those days too, like just back in that era of the internet, completing some of the quests was like a little hard because there was like not very many guides to my knowledge. I think there's probably a few websites that told you how to do it, but if you didn't know which ones those were, you had to go on RuneScape, and then like you could get help there, but you could only get, and you had to like spend a token or something of a and then it would tell you the solution, but only for that part of the quest you were on. And it would like tell you how to solve it, but then like if you want to know the next step of the quest, you had to like get another token, and then they would like refill, like you couldn't, there's no way to like really get more tokens other than just waiting a certain amount of time to pass, and then it would like give you, I think like the max you could ever have at once was like 1 or 2 to like get the solution to the next part of the quest you're on. And like a lot of like puzzles for these quests, if you're not doing it with like a guide, they're actually kind of quite challenging. But yeah, like even like with things like clue scrolls, like nowadays, like you just have the solution to a clue scroll, by like guides. But like I know there's like some clue scrolls where you actually had to know math and like how to solve math equations and stuff, which was interesting. Dismiss this guy. I don't want to help you. No, unless you're like an event that like gives me, I don't know, like an emote or something. Because I know there's a few I'm missing for like the mime. How much XP do we need to get mining to 67? A little less than 50,000. I wonder though, I wonder what the high level alchemy stuff for adamant is though. Because I wonder if I could make adamant items and still make like, and then like high level alchemy those and like make a nice profit. I mean, I know it wouldn't be as good as rune items, but I'd have to test that out. Like I'd have to just see how much adamant item sells for on the Grand Exchange, and then maybe like just melt it in the gold and see the difference. Might be worth doing it with those as well. I mean, I'm closer to being able to do it with that too. Like I just need 4 levels of mining, and then I could get all the adamant I fucking want if I'm patient enough. It would be nice to like find a mining spot that has a lot of adamant and is close to a bank though. Like the only one I know of that has adamant, I mean it only has like a few adamant rocks, but it's the one in the mining guild in Falador though, I know has adamant. This is not very much, and it'll take a long ass time because how long it takes to respawn, from what I remember. Because like Mithril already takes feels like it takes until it's like Christmas time to respawn. I'm sure Adamant's even worse. I don't really remember how much Runite was in that one mine I was thinking of on that one Fremenic quest chain. But I remember it being quite a bit. So like I feel like doing that would be a little bit faster. It would just take a long time probably to get the ore off of the node, if anything. I'm curious. I know, like, I want to level, like, my wood cutting at some point, too. And, like, fire making. I kind of want to level, like, fire making a little bit more before fletching. Like, I feel like fire making it feels like a useless skill. Like, what are you going to use fire making for? Other than, like, lighting stuff. Like, I don't know, like some kind of special lantern. But it seems like for the most part, it's not a really useful skill. Unless maybe I just don't know too much about the game to know what is good about fire making. I mean, maybe it like combines with other skills, maybe, is why you would level it. But I want to level it up just because I don't want to have to worry about it anymore. And then I could like level the more useful skill that would be fletching. I mean, already with fletching though, I mean, you know, probably, honestly, it'd be better just to buy the arrowheads, and, like, feathers and stuff, and then, because I know making arrows is probably, like, the quickest way, maybe, to level, like, your fletching skill, because, you know, the arrow shafts, the feathers, and the arrowheads, like, stack. They don't, like, take a slot per feather or arrowhead or whatever. so you can just have a fuck ton of them in your inventory and just like level your fletching for days. But I know when I was leveling fletching like a few years ago, I haven't leveled fletching in like a really long time because I've just been focusing on other skills. But I was able to level it super quickly by making arrows. It seems to be like the quickest way. And like I've barely done anything with hunting. And my hunting level's only level 12. But yeah, like going back to prayer though, I think what I want to do for leveling prayer, because prayer is technically a combat spell for whatever reason. So it will affect my combat level. But what I want to do to level up prayer is I want to get construction to a certain level to where I can build the best prayer altar. And then kind of have to, and then bypass the Chaos Temple. I think the Chaos Temple still would be better XP because I think there's like a chance you don't use up the bones on the altar, and it'll just give you the XP without using it. I don't think that would be how it works on your altar at your player home. But I know I'm pretty sure if you have a higher quality altar, it gives you more XP. And I think probably the best one would give like the amount of XP maybe that the Chaos Temple one gives. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it just does the same as the one I have now, for all I know. And then just getting the better altar is just like a cosmetic thing. Who knows? Yeah, I need to fucking get on Elder Scrolls Online though. I'm just getting bored of the game. I just don't have anything to do at the moment. Just because the PvP guild I'm in, or they're just taking a break for the moment. And that was like the only people I played with in regards to like group content. I mean, I didn't really know anybody very well. I mean, the only two people I liked talking to in that guild was the guild leader and then this other person in it. And the guild leader, he was pretty cool, and so was the other broad I talked to. She seemed nice. I mean, I don't really know too much about them. I barely know them, but they're pretty much the two people I was probably more comfortable talking to. Because I know, like, Roland helped me, the guild leader, he helped me get, like, some of the equipment I needed. Well, he helped me get the leads that were kind of hard to get for, like, an artifact ring that he wanted me to have for the builds we were doing in Cyrodiil PvP. But then the reason why I was, like, okay with talking with Emp is because I was helping her get the leads, too. I ended up trying to help her, but then I ended up getting sick when I was helping her. But then Roland stepped in and kind of filled my place. So that was why I kind of just talked to both of them, just because I had more interactions with them, I guess. Like I like, it's weird because like I'm somewhere like in between an extrovert and an introvert. Like, I like talking to people, but, when I don't know someone very well, I probably don't talk to them as much until I get comfortable with them. And then I'll just bother them nonstop. But I'm excited. I know today's Tuesday. I'm excited for a couple days though because I'm hoping I can get both thumbnails I need done. I want to get the thumbnail for Dragon Age Origins done, but I really want to get the thumbnail done for Tainted Grail as soon as possible from Alu because I played the very beginning of Tainted Grail before the stream. It's so good. It's so much better than any fucking test game I ever played. Like, I'm so glad. Like, one of my friends, he was like showing it to me, and he was like, "Cow, like this game is way better than the Todd Slop that you enjoy so much. Like, I think you're gonna really like this game, and then also, guess what, Cow? There's no body type 1 and 2. It's just male and female." And I was like, damn, that sounds amazing. And then, you know, I just, you know, I just had the money to be able to afford it a few days ago. And the game is amazing. Like, I just wanted to test it out. And like the very beginning's cool, and then like how you kind of like when you start the game, like you answer a few questions, and that's kind of like what your skills start out as. There's like a little bit of like a backstory going on with like building your character, and then like it gets even cooler and cooler. Like you end up like you're trying to escape the prison. And then you go into like some weird like fucking realm, like in I don't know, like the Feywild. It's called like the Weird, I think, in the game, but it just makes more sense. I'm just gonna call it the Feywild. But you go in there, and then like you like find this thing that you talk to, and then like you find out it's like King Arthur, and it's like so fucking epic. And like the music on the title screen is amazing too. And then like when you get to that point in the tutorial, it plays that music and like a cutscene, and like, you know, you have like this epic scene with Arthur Pendragon. It's really fucking cool. And then I ended up getting past that part, and then there's like this guy, and he's like the guy that rescues you, and he was like, and like I decided, because I didn't know who this guy was, so I wanted to keep I didn't want to reveal to him that I met King Arthur and stuff, right? And I'm glad I did, because like he's like, oh, I want to destroy King Arthur again, or whatever, or something like that. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't fucking tell you then, because it seems like you're my enemy. I gotta serve my king and stuff. And like the guy who like just like Arthur and his like when he talks, like his voice, whoever voice acted him does such an amazing job. Like obviously King Arthur is very in the game is very charismatic. And I thought the dialogue options to responding him to Arthur Pendragon was really cool too, like because I liked it because like the ones I could pick, it would be like something what I would say instead of, so it felt like even better to me. Even though like there's a few options, like, but it's like that, but like those options were something I would say. Where it's like when I play Skyrim or like any other game like that, it's like the dialogue like I pick. Like, at least with like most Bethesda games, like your character's kind of fucking retarded. It's like, oh, like, you know, it's like you're a werewolf, right? And then you do Hersine's quest, and then like you're asking Hersine, what's a werewolf? And it's like, well, Dragonborn. You're a fucking werewolf. You should know. It's like, what? Like, I love Skyrim. Like, it's you know, it's one of my favorite games. But to be honest, I don't really care. Like, I want to get into like a different setting now because I think Tess is fucking cooked. Like, from what I've been hearing, you know, who they hired for like a senior quest designer, It's like, you know what? I don't think I want to. I don't want to play a game where like all the quests are written by the guy who was like responsible for writing all the quests in probably one of the worst games of all time, Dragon Age Veilguard. I feel like people who worked on that game, and especially the writers, should be fucking blacklisted. But no, they fail upward because there's like a stagnation in AAA studios, and then they reward failure with a promotion, which is ass backwards. So I hope, I honestly just hope Bethesda dies. I think that would be the best thing for the Elder Scrolls, is that the company dies, and then maybe like at some point later in the future, someone can acquire the IP that actually cares about the Elder Scrolls and isn't fucking retarded, and will make a good game again. Like, I really hope all these companies die, because or they're either going to die or they're going to have to be forced to actually make a good game that isn't, like, pushing all this fucking woke politics and stuff. Because it's either you can do that, but your company goes out of business because nobody wants to buy it. Like, they've made Dragon Age Veilguard free in a lot of places. People still don't want it. They don't want to play it. They don't even want to have it for free. And you just got to accept that this game is shit and nobody wants it because of what you've done. But like, they keep on trying to they keep trying to get away with this, and then, like, actual gamers, like people who actually play video games and aren't fucking activists, it's like, no, we don't want to play this. And then, like, they wonder why they don't have. Well, it's like, oh, we don't have any money. Well, it is because the activists don't like video games and they don't play it. Like, it's a very, very loud minority is what those people are. Majority of people just want how games used to be. Yeah, I think part of the problem with it's like there's so much fucking stagnation. At least, like, I feel like with like maybe there's a AA studios and like indie developers, at least like those games actually have like soul. Because when I played Tainted Grail, the small amount of it I played, it felt like it had a lot of soul. Like, just the beginning so far is so much better than the modern Bethesda game. And like, I even with how bad Bethesda games are, like, I still enjoyed Toddfield to a sense. I can never finish Toddfield because at a certain point I get bored and stop. But I still have fun with it, but not enough fun to like probably ever finish the game. Which is a huge problem. And that's why I don't, even though I enjoy it, it's a terrible game. And like, ever since, I would say Morrowind was fine, but like after that, like every game that Bethesda Studios made to some degree would dumb down. Because like Morrowind was like amazing. There's like so much crazy shit you can do. Granted, it's probably the Elder Scrolls game I have the less experience with, and probably I don't enjoy as much. I still enjoy it, but like there's a lot. And the only reason I can't play Morrowind as much is because the graphics are like The graphics haven't aged well. Like, if I could figure out how to mod it, I would probably play it more than, or like, I don't know, like Skyrim or Oblivion and stuff. But I find it difficult on figuring out how to mod it myself. I could never figure it out, and every time I've tried, I failed, and I just got overwhelmed. But like, the writing in Morrowind was really good. There's a lot more factions. Like, there's like, you had the Fighters Guild, Thieves Guild, and Mages Guild and stuff, but then you had like Morrowind's own version of those factions, which would have been like House Redoran would have been like the Fighters Guild, House Lalu would be like the Thieves Guild, and like Tivlani would be like your Mages Guild. However, you could only join one of those. Because not only was it like the Imperial factions, but they were also a political faction in how Morrowind was run. And then not only that, there was even when like you had the Imperial cult. So if you wanted to like be in part of the Imperial cult and worship the divines, you could do that, or you could join the Tribunal Temple, which had a really cool quest line from what I remember. And then you had like the Morag Tong, that was interesting because like they were like a legal institution. Like it was legal to hire the Morag Tong to kill somebody you didn't like, which is kind of interesting. It probably would cost a lot of money, so probably like poor people can afford it. But like if enough poor people, got together and they a large mob didn't like someone, they could probably pull enough money to kill someone that's bothering them. And then, like, you'd kill them, and then you'd, like, present the writ of execution, and, like, the guards would let you go. Like, that was cool and interesting. And, like, Morrowind had, like, a lot of stuff on, like, the metaphysics of Morrowind as well, too. With all the weird shit as well. But like even when you go in Morrowind, I think you talk to one of the NPCs that gives you the package to give the Caius Caesides, and if you ask him about Cyrodiil, he describes Cyrodiil as like a jungle. But then when they made Oblivion, they made it. Oh, I only mined like 2 iron. My bad. And then in Oblivion, like they came up. It's kind of a problem with them having like weird stuff with like dragon bricks where they could rewrite the lore to whatever they want. My view on it is that it's an interesting mechanic that you can do to change how the fundamentals of the world work. You should use it sparingly though. The problem is like Bethesda uses it all the fucking time. And then like people that aren't probably as autistic about the series as me end up not caring about the series because it was like, oh, Bethesda doesn't care about their lore. I kind of have to agree with them at this point because they use the whole like dragon break shit. It feels like way too much to like just explain away things, and it's fine sometimes because like their reasoning for Cyrodiil not being a jungle anymore, I felt probably not the best, but the way they did it was acceptable. And the reason why is because like with the events of Daggerfall, that is when Talos ascended to godhood, but then the weird way Kim and like all that shit works with like a dragon break and stuff is that to a certain degree you're able to rewrite the past, present, and future retroactively. So yeah, like people in the past do remember and some like kind of primordial memory of Cyrodiil being a jungle, but then at the same time like in the events of Elder Scrolls Online, like this is before Tiber Septim was even a thing, and it's like before he's a god, but then like it gets rewritten that it was like how Cyrodiil looks in Oblivion and stuff. And I think the only reason why that's allowed to fly is because the universe technically takes place in a dream, and ascending to godhood, you basically can alter the dream to some degree, but at the same time, I wouldn't overuse that. But like, not even that. And this is just with like Bethesda now. Like all their best writers are like who created the Elder Scrolls are either gone or dead. Like Julian LeFay, like died in July this year. I mean, he's the guy who created it, and then the main dudes who were responsible left with him, I think, or were working with him to create the Wayward Realms. I don't even know if that's going to come out now, because Julian LeFay is dead. I mean, maybe they can still get it to work, but I'm kind of worried about the game. I don't know how like game development works when like a main dude dies, and how you would like replace them, or if you just give up on the project. I don't know the logistics of that. I feel like it would put the game in fucking development hell, though, that's for sure. And then it's like, are you gonna get the original creator's vision for the game as well at that point when someone else takes over? But even then, with like the Wayward Realms, I mean, there's like a few red flags. I know there was like that guy, that YouTuber, who ended up helping, start the stuff for the Wayward Realms, and then he just kind of left, and then he had a few, like he was basically saying, yeah, this was like run very poorly. I don't know if what he was saying was true, but it's it's a red flag, and you should pay attention to it. But like now Julian LeFay is dead, so like maybe it's not even gonna come out anyways. But then like, yeah, like all the main writers are gone too. I don't work at Bethesda. And I remember like watching interviews. I forget the guy's name. He was like, I think he was like the writer for Arena. He did more of the writing for Arena and Daggerfall. I forget his name. I know he's like, I think he's the same guy that wrote Coder, which was supposed to like be on like the moon or something, whatever, with like the Dunmer. Like, they just all went to the moon because Tamriel was fucked. But you could tell he was like very diplomatic with like how he was wording his thoughts on how things are with the current industry, from what I remember. Or maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But like he'd be like asked questions, but then he'd be like very polite, but not like throw shade, which I think is really good. I think it's a professional thing to do. So I have a little bit of respect for that. But like you could kind of tell it's like he probably doesn't like what was going on. So I don't know, or maybe I'm wrong, who knows. But that was just how it came across to me. It was like cool too. He seemed like really happy about what he was doing, but at the same time, it's like he's trying to like, oh, I want to add this, I want to add that. And that's kind of the problem back when Daggerfall came. They had like a lot of ideas, but when the game came out, there was maybe a few problems. It's like, maybe they're like trying to do too much. But it was cool seeing him like kind of spurg out about what he was working on, though. It was like you could see he really cared about what he was making. Man, we're still not anywhere close to getting this mining level. And we've been leveling mining for about a little over an hour. But yeah, I don't know what I want to save up all my gold for when I'm probably going to level smithing again and try and make some more money. Like, I don't know if I want to save up for... I forget what the armor's called. I think it's like the Bandos armor or something. I don't know. I wanted to wear that because I don't know if it's like an armor type I need to repair. Like the Burrows armor. And I'd rather not use Burrows armor if it has durability. Because I know it costs money to repair it. And I wouldn't really want to use Burrow armor unless I could repair it myself. Because I know if you have like level 99, that's another reason I want to get smithing to 99. Is because I know a lot of the high level armors have a durability in RuneScape. I know that was how it was when I played the newer RuneScape. A lot of the armor I had a durability. But I know there's like a thing you can craft at your house, and then you can repair it yourself. It still costs coins to repair it, but if you have like a max level smithing, it's a lot cheaper. And I don't know, I try to be really frugal with any money I have in MMO. Like, I just don't like spending money on anything. But like, I don't like buying money on like useless things, or like on things that are like a luxury. Unless it's like an upgrade to like gear, or something I'm using. Like I'll buy like the dragon pickaxe because it's gonna help me mine more and get more money. Or it's like, oh well, I need better equipment. Like, that's something I need, right? And like when it comes to real life, it's like I need this for this reason. Like if it's like for my channel or whatever, so I'd be willing to buy that. But it's like, oh, like I have enough money to buy a mansion or something. Well, it's like buying a mansion feels like a waste of fucking money because it's a luxury. Which I never understood the appeal to why you would want to... Like, maybe if you have a big family, then buying a big house would make sense. But if you're living by yourself, you can just make do with, like, a small house, mobile home, or an apartment, I think. And you don't even need to own it. Like, probably renting it would be better. But I don't really know much about like real estate, so maybe there is a reason why you would buy a house for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I would be like, I think I wouldn't mind having a bigger house. The reason why I would buy a big house is if I could fit like an indoor pool in it. That would be why I would want a big house. And the reason why I would want an indoor pool, it's mainly for like health reasons. So it would feel like worth getting a big house then, because like I know with with things like gastroparesis, which I suffer. Oh, I didn't get a full thing of iron again. I'm dumb. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just going on tangents. But like going on walks or swimming can help calm down your stomach. So that would help me. Thing is I don't really like going outside walking. I wouldn't mind like going outside to like a swimming pool, and like if where I lived had one. But indoor swimming pool would be nice though, because indoor swimming pools have warm water in it. Like I remember when my grandpa was alive, my mom's dad, we would go to this like I forget if it was like a motel or a hotel. This is like a small hotel, but they had like an indoor swimming pool, and the water was just so amazing in there. Like it was warm. I know like the YMCA, the closest YMCA to where I live has an indoor swimming pool too. You can't use it though unless you're a member of the YMCA. But I know their indoor swimming pool is pretty cool too. But yeah, I normally, like, if I go swimming, I don't mind going swimming in outdoor swimming pools. It's just the water's really cold. It's weird though, because like if you go to like some place near the equator, like Puerto Rico or Hawaii, you go in the ocean, especially like during summer, the water's like really warm, just like an indoor swimming pool. But if you go swimming in a swimming pool somewhere near in the equator, like Puerto Rico or Hawaii, I don't know why, but the water in the swimming pool is like cold, like it is normally. I don't understand how that works. There's probably some weird reason. But that'd be, I mean, that's why, like, whenever I've been to Hawaii or, like, in the Caribbean, like, if I'm gonna go swimming, I'm gonna go swimming in the beach, because it's just more comfortable. And really, if you do go to Hawaii or the Caribbean, like, why are you going swimming in a swimming pool? Go swimming in the beach. It's a lot better. But I remember the cool thing about the last time I went to Hawaii. It was a really long time ago. I think I was like 6 years old. But we were on like the bigger island, the really big one. And at the beach there, it was really cool because there'd be like sea turtles that would just go up onto the beach and like swim with everybody. It was pretty cool. You weren't allowed to touch them though, because they probably just didn't want the turtles like biting your hands off or something. But it was really cool too. Like Hawaii was like my favorite place to go snorkeling. Like there's like so many coral reefs. Like you go like on a tour, like on a boat tour somewhere for like snorkeling and scuba diving. I can't go scuba diving ever in my life because just due to ear problems. Like I'm pretty much like half deaf. My left ear doesn't really work too well. But and I can't like pop my ears properly, so like the ear doctor's like, yeah, if you go scuba diving, you're not gonna be able to hear at all. So just be happy that you can go snorkeling. But anyways, regardless, at least the last time I gone there, I don't know if it's still like there because. Like I'm 31, and this was back when I was 6. It was like over 20 years ago. But the coral reefs were so beautiful. Like, and there's like so many different kinds of fish swimming around too. Like I remember like seeing this one fish that like was yellow and it was like really thin and kind of had like a weird snoot. And it looked like kind of like a trumpet. And like you would see octopuses and stuff. It was amazing. But yeah, I like going to Hawaii a lot more than the Caribbean though, because like the coral reefs in Hawaii are just way better. You go swimming in like the Caribbean or in like Mexico and like Puerto Vallarta, like they're yeah, the water's like warm and you swim in it, but there's no the coral reefs that are there. It's not the same as Hawaii because like I think like it looks like all of like the coral's dead, and it's like. And there's not like a bunch of fish either. It's like empty. And it's like a fish ghost town. You know, just empty buildings and no fish. There's barely any fish, if any. But I remember one time going on a field trip to Catalina when I was in 4th grade. And my 4th grade teacher was really cool. He's probably retired now for sure, but he was probably one of the best teachers I ever had. He would take us to Catalina. And I think he also had another field trip he would do where he would take us to this, like, we'd go on a boat and then we'd go somewhere near Catalina, but it was just some random island. And the whole point of it was you go snorkeling or scuba diving, and there's a bunch of like sea lions everywhere, and you just swim with them. It was pretty cool. And but anyways, regards to the Catalina one though, I remember like we were going, we're like swimming, we're snorkeling together as like a class with these like tour guides, and the water is so cold. I like literally could not move my arms. So like my teacher, he like kind of like just like he would like, you know, he could still swim, but he would like, he kind of like would just drag me to the beach and then just kind of put me on the sand, and then I just warmed up. I still couldn't move while I was on the sand because I was that freezing, but you know, the water is really that cold. But then I was able to like move my arms again, and I just, you know, did something else for a little bit, I guess. I forgot what I did after. But yeah, that teacher was one of the best teachers I've ever had. I think the other teacher I had that was probably one of the best teachers I had was my senior year teacher in high school. He was I always just refer to him as grown folks. Grown folks. Yeah, grown folks was pretty cool too. He's a really good guy. Felt like he had a lot of patience for me too, but he had to have a lot of patience for all his students though, because I kept on getting kicked out of schools I was in. I had to go to that school where he was at. It was the really ghetto school. With a lot of kids that were awful. But like I know like we would like play the Wii, and oh yeah, that's cool. Like we ended up like when we were like reading, we read like, so part of our English class back then we would read the Hunger Games books. Like we read all the books, and then like we were reading the books, and as we were doing that, you know, like they announced that they're gonna make the first Hunger Games movie, and you know we went and watched it as a class for like a field trip, which was pretty cool. And like also too, like when you know we didn't have any work to do, like we'd play like the Wii, we'd play like Wii Sports and stuff, or like GoldenEye on the Wii, which was really fun with our teacher. I really liked my senior year teacher too, because he's like basically imagine Alex Jones if he was black and from Alabama. That was my teacher. He was awesome. But yeah, him and my 4th grade teacher were amazing. I remember really liking my English teacher, and I remember really liking my English teacher in 9th grade, as well as my science teacher in 9th grade. I forgot I remember what my English teacher's name was, but I forgot what the science teacher was. I remember what my science teacher looked like though. He was kind of big. A little bit older, and stuff. He was a really cool guy. Like, I remember, like, he did something in the science class where he did something, and then, like, like, the part of the, like, ceiling lit on fire, but then, like, the fire went away. It was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I think my world geography teacher was pretty cool as well. He was a good guy as well. I remember his name. I'm not gonna, like, say any of my teachers' names, though, because, you know, wouldn't be really smart. I'd probably be, like, doxing them and doxing myself. Oh yeah, that was another teacher I had. I know for sure he's retired or he's fucking dead. But my 5th and 6th grade teacher was really cool too. And I didn't enjoy him when I was in his class, but I'm really glad he was so hard on me. I think part of the reason why he was so hard on me, part of the reason is because he was Catholic, and that's just what Catholics do. But I would never do my homework. I would never do my math homework specifically, because I found pre-algebra to be so confusing. But because I never did it, he's like, okay, until you complete all the homework that you have not done that has piled up, you are going to sit and not go, like, you have to sit here, you know, because, like, there's a spot where you would sit during recess and out in the near where the playground was if you weren't allowed to go on recess and play with everybody. So I was pretty much sitting there for almost the entire year, and you know, until I actually did it, which until I actually did all my homework. And then, like a man of his word, he let me go play. So, but I was on the bench for almost the whole year of I think it was like 6th grade or something. It was either 6th or 5th grade, or maybe it was both. I don't know. It could have been like 2 years, for all I know. But yeah, like, I'm glad he didn't put up with my shit. Like, he gave, like, all his students, like, tough love when we needed it, so. Man, we're still not anywhere close to getting this mining level. I don't know, it's a little bit over 1/4. I wouldn't say it's 1/3 of the way to leveling up our mining. But I think I'm gonna, like, mine for about 30 more minutes and just go on weird tangents. But then I think I'm gonna take a break. But I don't know. Maybe I'll play something later tonight. Who knows? Like, so far, I'm starting to, like, feel a lot better. I know, cause you know, I got out of the hospital a couple weeks. And yeah, I was, like, able to stream after I got out of the hospital, but, like, even on days I was streaming, you know, I was still getting sick a lot of those days. I was either getting sick in the morning before stream, or I would get sick at night. Or whatever, so. But, I've gone a few days without throwing up at all in the morning or at nighttime, so, I feel like I should be okay to start streaming at nighttime again. I haven't, like, felt miserable. Probably in a few weeks I'm probably gonna have to go to the fucking hospital again, because it's just the way things work now for my life. But yeah, I wanna mine for a little bit longer and then take a break and then maybe just go play Helldivers with some of my friends for a little bit if they're still playing. Hopefully they are. Want to get more medals so I can get more of the Halo ODST stuff and the new Warbond. Yeah, I'm so glad they made it into a Warbond instead of like a limited time thing with the last crossover. Like, I'm okay with the Hellbond, or not the Hellbond, the Warbond being like a little bit more expensive than normal Warbonds. Because I know normal Warbonds there are 1,000 super credits, which is basically just $10 USD if you just want to buy the super credits and get the Warbond that way. But I guess because I don't know if like what kind of war. I guess it's like a legendary Warbond is what they're supposed to be like. But I guess it's like for things that are like crossovers. But because it's a little bit more expensive, maybe it like costs the developers something as well. But like I guess things that would be like a crossover event like Halo ODST Warbonds like that are gonna be about $15 instead. Maybe, I don't know. I just know it was like basically 1,500 super credits. That's how many super credits I had to buy, I think. Oh wow, 34,000 XP. You know, it didn't feel like... Well, to be fair, I think when I was shooting stuff with my bow, I was getting more XP than 35 XP, you know, every time when I hit something real hard, so maybe that's why it feels like range was leveling up a little bit faster than mining. Probably would be better if I just fucking found a shooting star to mine. Probably would be faster than what I'm doing now for leveling mining. But if I were to get like all the combat skills in this game maxed out, I don't know like what way I'd want to primarily play. I guess maybe as a wizard or a range person. It feels like combat would be a little bit boring, like melee stuff would be a little bit boring. I know magic would be just fucking expensive. It'd probably be the strongest. Well, it'd be the strongest probably, but when it comes to like PvP, I know there's like a trinity where melee characters are good at killing players that are doing range with like bows and stuff, and then magic, and then range characters are good at killing mages, and then mages are really good at killing like fighters or warriors and, you know, melee armor and stuff. So, but I think if it was just like player versus environment, maybe magic would be the strongest. I know like magic's able to really fucking hit hard with like combat spells. But, like, I only have like the one normal spell book though, because I haven't done any of the quests to unlock like other spell books. Because I know there's like the ancient magic spell book, and that one focuses more on combat. I think the lunar tree focuses. I know the lunar tree does like healing stuff. Hold on a second, I gotta deal with something. There's a fucking bot on YouTube. How do I do this? Can I just do this? I can do that. There we go. Don't harass me with you need to read the rules in the video description. Don't break rules. But like normally with most rules I'd probably put you on a timeout, but most of the time when it's people trying to sell me things, it's probably most likely a bot, and I'm just gonna make it to where I can't see anything you say anyway, so don't do that. Why? Alright, or I need to find out where things are. There we go. I'd probably do the same on Twitch, but I usually don't have like Twitch open. Don't try and sell me things. That was annoying. It's very interesting that normally this was like only a problem on Twitch, where I would get people, you know, like bots trying to like ask me to add them on Discord or like try and sell me stuff. Now they're doing it on YouTube, which is annoying. I should probably be able to. I wonder if you can like report them. Oh, there we go. We can do that one. Cool. Looks like YouTube makes it easy to report them as well. That's nice. I wonder if it's just because, I don't, maybe it's not Twitch, and, because, like, they're doing it now on YouTube as well. I wonder if it's, like, people from X and Twitter, because I multi-stream on there as well, but they can't really, like, there isn't really, like, a chat. on Twitter. When you stream on there, like, people can only watch, but they can, like, comment on the, like, tweet that the stream is on. I wonder if they just, like, go to my YouTube channel or Twitch, and then that's where, like, all the spam is coming from. It's, like, coming from X. But then going on my Twitter, or no, going on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. Oh well, it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. I wonder if we unlock anything with mining when we get it to 67. It's 66 right now, right? Yeah. Getting very, very close to being able to mine adamant. Then we could create Wolverine. Or even better, create an adamantine skeleton for ourselves. We could become the Wolverine. I don't know, like after, like, I don't know, like I'm a very whimsical person. Just like, I don't know, for some reason, like right now, I am kind of getting the urge to play Ocarina of Time again. Maybe I'll do that tonight. I want to see how well Ocarina of Time does when I stream it at nighttime. Because maybe I know there's probably people that are like overseas, or like people who are night owls like me that probably want to watch it live as well. Who knows? I think like in Ocarina of Time, we just got the Master Sword. And I think like the game was trying to tell me to go do the dungeon that Sarah's in, or however you say her name, the little Kokori broad. Little short lady with the green hair. That gave us baby's first ocarina or whatever. I know one of the things I want to do when I play Ocarina of Time, just because this is like something my friend Brian had when he was alive, and you know, he would play it when we were kids. But he had like, I think there was like this one weapon that you can get that was actually better, that did more damage than the Master Sword. I think it was called like the Goron Sword or something. It was like a really big, I think it's like a two-handed sword or something, I don't know. Because I forget if like grown-up Link had to wield it in two hands, or if it was just really big or something. But I know it technically did more damage than the Master Sword. But I want to get that too, because I know he had it when I watched him play it. So I mean, that could always be things we do too. I mean, we could always look up like a guide and stuff and like try and 100% the game. I think if like my friend Brian was looking down on me from heaven or something, he'd be quite pleased if I 100%ed Ocarina of Time. I'm over the wall. Oh yeah, I saw. Speaking of like I was talking about ESO earlier. I was getting bored of it. I did see though on the Crown store though. I'm probably not gonna be able to get it because I don't want to buy crowns from that game. Because if I buy them, I can't stop myself from buying more. But and I just don't need them either. They saw that they had a limited time mount that was a moose that could hold 2 people on it. So you could like one of your friends can ride with you, and it was like a giant moose. It'd be a pretty cool mount. Sadly, I'm probably not going to be able to get it though, because I think when I get my monthly crowns for having the subscription, it wouldn't be enough for the mount anyways, so. But I think they always do have like a 2-person mount for sale anyways. But it's like just the one that's always for sale, where I guess the moose is like more unique. But it's like even right now, because I want to get like the moose, like the things I want to save up for with the crowns, is like a 2-person mount, and then like the NPC merchants that you can summon. Like you can summon a person that you can change your build with. There's this NPC you can summon or you can sell items to. And then I think there's a merchant that you can get that acts as a bank. And I want to get those. It's just because they're useful. But then, like, after that, I don't know what I would even get with my crowns whenever I play ESO. Like, I'd probably just, like, stockpile them until I need them or something. Like, if there's actually something I want from, like, a crown crate or there's, like, a cool house that I want. It's, like, the only house, probably the only house that I really want at the moment that is like a thing that appears randomly. It isn't always on sale is Castle Skingrad, because I know you can get that as a house. That'd be a pretty cool house to have. That was one thing I actually never knew about recently. I remember I was watching a video the other day, and I guess this is only a problem on streaming sites like Twitch and like stuff like Kick and stuff, is that apparently I don't know why you would use it. Maybe there's a legitimate reason to use it. But it's like, I guess it's like view bots or something that a lot of people will buy. For whatever reason. And I think it's cool that I like it that YouTube doesn't allow that. I guess that's one of the few things that is good about YouTube. YouTube has a lot of problems, but at least that isn't one of them. So like, I guess like on Twitch and like Kick and stuff, like you'll see like a streamer and the like chat is always flooded, but most of those people that are flooding the chat aren't real, as it turns out. I mean, I could probably just immediately get the affiliate. If I just bought a few, like, I would have to buy like 3 view bots or whatever just to meet the requirement for Twitch to be able to have the affiliate status. But I don't want to do that because that seems gay. It's like, it's just cheating basically. I'd rather just do it normally. Because it just feels like a short-term gain type of thing in the long run. Because like, I don't know, I feel like it would be like something, I mean, I don't know enough about it, but I feel like the way it sounds is because like you'd have to keep paying for it. It's like always going to cost you money, and then like in the long run, I think it hurts your channel if you were to like pay for view bots constantly. Because like, what if like the platform all of a sudden makes it to where you can't use view bots anymore? Well, now it's like you don't have any viewers, and then maybe because your channel used to get a lot, and then with the way the algorithm works, it's like, oh, this person isn't popular anymore. Like and then it like hurts your channel, and because then like people don't see your channel anymore when they're looking for stuff to watch. I don't know. Okay, I want to mine here one more time after we fill up our inventory here, and I think we'll end the stream. Probably not the most exciting stream with the most exciting gameplay, but there is me just going on fucking autistic tangents, basically. Maybe people like listening to that. Who knows? Maybe they like listening to the village idiot talk about what they think about stuff. Who knows? The local gnome with deep syndrome going on random tangents about what they think about things. And just reflecting on life. I was really expecting to get at least like 2 levels during this stream though. At least we got 1. I don't know, I might stream this again. later tonight. But I am getting the urge to play Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time again at the moment. So, but that could always change by the time whenever I do stream. So who knows? I don't know what I'm gonna play next. Because I was leaning towards Ocarina of Time. Like I was either gonna play this or Ocarina of Time today, but I ended up choosing this. So. What to do. I mean, obviously I'm going to be leveling mining for a while. Like, I want to get, like I said, I wanted to get mining to 70 for sure. I would like to, at some point, I should probably do it before I do any more smithing. But I would like to get mining caught up with smithing, so where they're always both the same level. You know, like maybe what I can do once I catch up mining to my smithing level, which is level 80, I can I can level them simultaneously, like, you know, level smithing a level, and just mine for a level for mining, and do that and stuff. So. Alright, I forgot if I already turned in the full thing of ore already and then did it again, so I'm just gonna go mine iron one more time, because I kind of just like blanked out. Alright, let's get one more full inventory of iron. Yeah, man, I just remember, like, leveling smithing was, like, so tedious back when I was a kid playing this game. I think like the highest I ever got smithing to back then, I remember I was able to get to the point where I could smith a few things out of mithril. I remember getting it at least that high back then. So I probably had like my mining somewhere around level 50. Alright, just need 2 more rocks. 2 more iron rocks. There we go. Just put it in the bank, and then we can take a break. And hopefully I can go play some more Helldivers with my friends for a little bit before I stream again. if I decide to stream later tonight. Let's put it in the bank. And there we go. But yeah, thank you for everyone that came by and was watching me play, or if you end up watching it in the future, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't know how much I'll probably stream this. Like, I don't know. Let me know if in the comments, I guess, if you for some reason like watching the intense gameplay of RuneScape, where I just go on a tangent and mine rocks. What was your favorite part? Like the tangents, or just me mining the rocks? I'm curious. Like, how you like watching paint dry? Do you find that fun? Let me know. Anyways, I'll see you later. Hope you all have